A criminal charge doesn't have to end a person's story, but once they've entered the legal system, they are at risk for making some of the same mistakes that led them down that path. Here in Jackson County, we have a dedicated community justice department that focuses on helping individuals look forward and write a new chapter for themselves, all while keeping our community safe. You may have some preconceived notions, but after this video, you might be surprised about community justice today.
Community justice is based on the principle that no one agency can adequately provide for all of the needs of a justice-involved individual. The criminal justice system has many players, each doing their part, and community justice is that part where all players come together to make sure our community has safety, that the people involved have the opportunity to change, and that we have the best value in providing services for our community, keeping it safe while helping individuals change. For adults in Jackson County, community justice provides supervision, supports, and sanctions when necessary, utilizing evidence-based approaches across the board. By utilizing partnerships within the community, we can enforce conditions of supervision while making sure individuals have the tools they need to succeed. Working collaboratively is one of the things we do best, and it is the unique function of community justice within the criminal justice system.
It's no small feat. That is why we have a team of talented and caring individuals across multiple programs who work in tandem to achieve three main goals. Enhance safety for victims and community by reducing recidivism and the impact of further crimes. Create behavior change for individuals through collaborative coaching, surveillance, and intervention. Provide customer service through fair and individualized justice through teamwork and partnerships. Jackson County Community Justice does this with tried and true methods that have been used across the country and have research that backs up their effectiveness. These are called evidence-based practices, and they inform the specialized training that our probation officers undergo to better serve the specific needs of our clients.
So what is sex offender leveling?
Sex offender leveling is a way to determine the risk that a convicted sex offender poses to the community. And if they're a higher risk individual, we post them on a website so the community can be notified who is a higher risk that lives near them.
And who conducts the process?
If they are sentenced to probation from the court, the local probation office will conduct that leveling. If they are being released from an institution, the parole board will conduct that leveling.
And can a person challenge the level that they're put in?
Yes. What will happen is that they will be presented with the risk tool that was given to them to determine their leveling. They can review that. If they're a good assessor, they will outline why they scored the way they did. The individual is given a form to write out why they believe they should be scored differently than what they were. And at that time, they'll have an administrative review. They'll have a hearings officer that will look at that and determine if they were leveled appropriately or not. That hearings officer will also be trained in the assessment tool that was conducted on the individual.
What is the goal of sex offender supervision?
The goal of sex offender supervision is to reduce recidivism in our clients so they do not commit future sex offenses.
And so how does the sex offender leveling inform the type of supervision that a client receives?
The leveling is only one aspect. The leveling is done by one assessment tool. We use that assessment tool already to level them, but there's other tools we use as well. There's three tools that we use to get an overall leveling for our own supervision leveling that's different from the leveling that's conducted for the notification system. So when we get that score, we have a grid score that we put for what kind of supervision they will then receive.
And what kind of training does a probation officer that's involved with the sex offender supervision get?
Well, you have the standard academy for every probation officer that has to go through. Once you're on the sex offender unit, there's an additional another academy you have to go through at DPSST. After that, you have ongoing training you have to do. There's a statewide group that meets quarterly. As part of that, there's one day that's just for training. Also, there's other statewide networking groups for sex offender treatment providers that we attend to for trainings as well.
And how has sex offender supervision changed over the last few years?
In the last few years, in my opinion, we're going to instead of a one-size-fits-all for treatment, we're trying to individualize the treatment process. Research has shown when you do that, they're getting more buy-in from the clients, and it's impacting more of their recidivism, so that they're not committing future crimes. But it seems, we're trying to make it more individualized for the person.
Thank you for learning about community justice today and the ways in which we are redefining public safety. We are proud of where we are today and look forward to the next chapter in community justice.